What have we learned in the course of this debate? Well, I suppose the standout lesson is that Fianna Fáil are on the wrong side of the chamber. It seems that despite all of the talk about new politics, there is a constant in Irish political life, and that is that the word of Fianna Fáil means nothing. They carry the dubious distinction of not alone having committed a U-turn, having dreamed up water charges and then resiled from it. They then subsequently give a commitment, black on white, for the abolition of Irish water and the scrapping of water charges, and they U-turn on that as well. I suppose that might be called a double U-turn, something that has now been created by the new, shiny, new politics Fianna Fáil party. If you had any interest in new politics, I would suggest to the Fianna Fáil colleagues that at least they would be upfront. They clearly support the efforts of Fine Gael and their allies to impose an unfair charge that takes no account of ability to pay on low and middle income families right across this jurisdiction. They are intent, despite their protestations to the contrary, to establish an infrastructure in Irish water that will be ripe for privatisation, to line the pockets of various individuals and vested interests, the very interests that, in fairness, they represent in this Dáil chamber. So, new politics should mean that the voices of the people are heard, and I don't mean that as a cliché. New politics should mean that when people tell you that you have done something wrong, tell you that they want a different approach, tell you that they cannot bear another charge on their already strained household budget, well then new politics surely to goodness means that you listen to that, that you respect that, that you don't regard yourself as so superior and so clever that you can simply set that aside. The main reason why people in the communities that I represent deeply resent this charge is because they want to know now and in the future they will have a guaranteed supply of domestic water free of charge. Because they're people who struggle. They're on small incomes. Try and wrap your heads around that as you pontificate on new politics. Minister Varadkar decides to argue on a point that is not contested. He gave us a homily on the need for a single public body. Yes, that is correct. That is a point of agreement. The only people who, as I understand it, dissent perhaps from that view is Fianna Fáil. But you don't have to worry about them because they will do whatever it is that you need them to do. So, the public body is not Irish water. It is the mother and father of all quangos, a money pit, a waste of money and a waste of effort. And if you imagine for a second that you are going to rehabilitate Irish water and make all the bad memories go away, I think, commission or no commission, you will find that you are very sadly mistaken. My final point, Cathaoirleach, is this. I think Minister Donoghue has a brass iron neck to stand in this chamber and to issue a kind of threat to the population that it's water charges or else. We charge you for the water from your tap or look out hospitals, look out housing supply. How dare he stand here and talk about opportunity costs? Would Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil perhaps like to set out the opportunity cost in the abolition of the universal social charge? Do you wish to set out the opportunity cost in constantly cosseting and rewarding the haves and constantly punishing the have-nots? Does that factor in your thinking, in your new political dispensation? This might be old politics. This is truthful, honest politics. This is the politics of standing up for people. This is the politics of keeping your word. And perhaps it is those old values that might inform a new politics if it were to be truly marked by integrity.